In this part of today's lesson, right, we're going to go through some of the statistics questions for things to study for 2G3 end of year paper 2 selected questions, right? So we're going to look at our Evergreen 2 2021 paper 2. There's this question over here on a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram, question number 7. Now, for a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram, okay, this one here shows the number of defective toys. If we are talking about defective toys, right, then we should actually know that it is not very good to have defective toys, right? So we will not want a factory that produce a lot of defective toys, right? So do take note, okay? And then there are 12 cartons of 500 toys in total. So there are each carton got 500 toys, and then there are 12 cartons from each of the different factories. So this is a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. Okay, always try to read, make sure you read your key. So this is 41, 4/1 means 41 toys. But if I read for the other number, this one will be 51. So we start from the stem out to the number. Okay, if the data of effective toys in carton for factory A is to be represented in a pie chart, so if I want in total, there are 12 of them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 cartons represent 360 degrees. Calculate the angle of the sector representing cartons that contain more than 30 defective toys. So for one of the carton, more than 30 is not included, right? So we get 32, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 of them. So this answer will be 7/12 times 360 degrees. And we get the answer 210 degrees. All right. Next question, find the median number of defective toys in factory B. In factory B itself, median, there are total 12, so n equals to 12. We must first find the middle position, right? The middle position will be 12 plus 1 divided by 2. That gives me 6.5, meaning the 6th carton and the 7th carton. So let's find the 6th carton and the 7th carton. Count from the stem out, okay, to the rest. So stem out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They want the what? 5th, right? No, 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7. So the 6th carton is the number 48 and 50. So to find the mean will be equals to 48 plus 50 divided by 2 to give you 49 number of defective toys. Okay, compare the distribution of the defective toys produced in 2 ways. So when we compare data in 2 ways, number 1, we need to compare the average performance, the averages. So when we compare the averages, there are a few kinds. We'll always compare the mean, followed by median, followed by mode. Now, it's not very ideal to have the mode, and mean is a bit too difficult to calculate. So I'll compare the median instead. In fact, I already got one median down here. So I find the median for factory A and I compare it. So that's one thing. Yeah, the second way to compare, I need to compare the spread of the data. So the spread of the data will be talking about the range. All right, if I have a large spread, a large range, right, that means the data is very spread out, then you'll be inconsistent, right? But if I have a small range, the data is very clustered together, then it will be more consistent. So what we're going to do, we're going to find a few numbers first. Let me find our median for factory A first. Also 6.5 position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the median will be 32 plus 32 divided by 2, still the number 32. So we're going to compare median for, always write in the terms of, we call that evidence followed by conclusion, evidence followed by conclusion. So it should come as a set, as a pair. So you cannot give me data, or evidence, then conclusion. No, it should be evidence, conclusion, right? So median for factory A is 32 toys. Remember, the question is talking about defective toys, right? Okay, median for 32, A is 32 toys, which is lesser than median for B, which is 49 toys. What can you say about this? The number of defective toys, that means factory A will produce lesser number of defective toys. So conclusion, factory A produces lesser number of defective toys. Okay, so you have your evidence over here, followed by your conclusion. Right, one pair. One mark. Next, we are going to compare our range. What is the range for A and range for B? Range for A, largest value is 51, minus smallest value will be 24. 51 minus 24, that gives me 27. This is my range. For factory B, the largest value 54 minus the smallest value 34. That will give me 20, right? So in this case, I have 20. So compare the toys or the range in two ways. So range of factory A is, what do you call it? 27. The other one is 20. 27, bigger. I'll put this, bigger than range of B, which is 20 itself. Therefore, conclusion, a larger range is less spread out, so be less consistent. At the same time, you notice this, right? The range B is 20, that means it's more consistent, but it's consistently producing more defective toys. So that is not a very good trend, isn't it? Correct? So actually, if you were to choose a factory, I'll probably choose factory A, right? But in this case, I just need to mention about the consistency and the spread of the data. So I'll say factory A has a larger spread of the data, larger spread, and therefore it is less consistent. Okay, compared to factory B. So in this case, less consistent, actually quite good, because it's less consistent in producing defective toys. So nothing wrong with that, all right? Okay, next question. When the number of defective toys found in the 13th carton from factory B is added to the diagram, the range increased to 23. So when you have a 13 toys, right, what are the two possible ends? So range is given by maximum minus your minimum. So if I were to increase my range, my original range for B is 20, right? So that means my maximum, either my maximum value increased by 3 or my minimum value decreased by 3. So what are the two possible answers? My maximum value over here for factory B, that is 54. Then the other one is 34, right? So either I have 54 plus 3 to become 57. Okay, or I have the lower end, 3 lesser, minus 3, so that will be 31. So what are the two possible numbers? 57 and 31. Have you gotten the concept? Next part of the question, next question, right? This one summarizes the time taken by 40 students to complete a worksheet. Remember, this one is a frequency interval, so you need to find the mean value of each of them. 20 plus 30 divided by 2, 25. 30 plus 40 divided by 2, 35. Do not always assume, sometimes the interval can skip. So you must please take note, okay? So this one is 55, and then this one is 65. Write down the model class, the one with the highest frequency. They want the class, so you copy down the whole class interval. Okay? Calculate an estimate of the time. Why is it an estimate? Do you all know? So our estimated mean will be take the mid value times this, 25 times 7 plus 35 times 10 plus 45 times 5 plus 55 times 9 plus 65 times 9 divided by total frequency, not divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not divided by 5, divided by total frequency. What's the total frequency? 7 plus 10 plus 5 plus 9 plus 9 equals to 40 students. That's how we get an estimated mean. I get a 1830 over 40. I like to write my exact values first. Then I get a number of 45.75. This is in timing, so there's a number of units. So this one is in minute. Okay. If let's say the question is talking about cars or human being or whatever, right? Don't round it off. It's just a statistical average. So leave it as the number you found. Okay, as accurate as possible. If can, we give to fraction. Then really want to, then round off to 3 sig. If not, fraction will be the best. Now, since we are at this question, let's explain a little bit. Why is it an estimate? Do you all know why it's an estimated mean? Number one, no raw data. And if for estimated mean, we use what? We use the mid value to estimate the mean. So that's why it's just an estimated mean. Secondly, we can also ask that the other day, happened at Couch, he asked me the question. He was looking through the test paper, then he saw this, explain why the range may not be 50. So I just sidetrack a little bit over here. Since he brought up that question, I might as well ask, explain why the range may not be 50. Right? Why is that so? Now, normally if I find range, we take the largest number, we minus the smallest number. So 70 minus 20 will give you 50, right? But in this case, because we do not know the actual data, there is no raw data, but that doesn't suffice us. You have to explain why. The largest value may not be 70, maybe it's 69, maybe it's 65 or 62, correct? Then our smallest value may also not be 20. It could be more than that, maybe like 21, 22, all the way until 30 and so on. So, correct? So the smallest value, the largest value may not be 20, it may not be 70, may be smaller than 70, while the smallest data value may be larger than 20. Right, so if that's the case, then you may not get a range or to be 50. All right, so this is one of the questions that probably you want to revise a little bit on. So let me put it somewhere here. Okay, right, additional question. Next one, what percentage of the students took more than 1 hour, an hour or more? So 60 minutes or more, so 9 out of 40. Okay, so total of 40 students represent 360 degrees. So 9 out of 40, oh no, they want percentage. 9 out of 40 times 100%. This one's simple, straightforward. Answer 22.5%. Okay, next question. This one over here. Okay, let me see. Are there any other statistics numbers to go through? Okay, no more already. All right, so next question, I'll go through the one on different solid shapes, right? Solids and shapes. So in this case here, this is a spherical pumpkin. It was sliced into two equal parts. So it's a hemisphere, right? Hemisphere. Formula for sphere, 4 over 3 pi r cubed. This is given. So for a hemisphere, you just need to times another half. The height of the cone is twice the radius of the cone. So it's quite obvious. This one radius is 6, then the height will be 12. And that means if this height of this radius here is 12, right? If you turn it over here, the radius for the whole big cone will also be 12. So this is a very important thing you need to observe. You have to imagine it a little bit. So if I rotate this whole portion over here, the radius for the cone, the height of the cone, okay, here, and rotate it up, you get the whole radius for the whole hemisphere. Correct? So in this case, oh, this is important information. Radius of hemisphere will be 12 cm. So please write it down. Okay, then we already know the cone, some parts of the cone, formula for cone. Formula cone is 1/3, volume of cone is 1/3 pi r square h. This is also given in your formula sheet. Please check your cover page for the formula sheet. Okay. Right, given that the radius and height of the cone is 6 cm and 12 cm respectively, find the volume of the hemispherical with the hollow part, that means the part that's being cut out, in terms of pi. So how do we find this answer? We take the volume of the hemisphere, minus the volume of the cone. Hemisphere, half, 4 over 3 pi r cubed. The radius for the hemisphere, 12 cubed. Minus away the volume of the cone that was being cut out, 1/3 pi r square, and the height is 12. Now I want to calculate everything in terms of pi, so I need to calculate all this number and I leave out pi. Right, calculating all this number and leave out pi. Let's see how many apple pie this will be. 1/4 times 4 over 3 times 12 to the power of 3. That gives me 1152 units of pi, minus 1/3 of the whole thing over here. So this one will be 1 over 3 times 6 square times 12 to give me 144 pi. So you got so many apple pie minus another apple pie. So 1152 minus 144 gives me 1008 apple pie. Okay, have you gotten the concept? Next question, find the surface area of the hemispherical pumpkin with the hollow part. There are so many different portions. Firstly, if you look at it from the top, you should be able to observe this donut over here, right? So that is a donut. So let me first draw out the shape. Donut. Yeah, I love iPad. Okay, so I need to find the area of the donut. This one is 12 cm and the other one is 6 cm. So area of this donut over here, okay, will be area of big circle, pi times 12 square, pi r square, minus the smaller circle, pi 6 square. Right, I intend to leave everything in terms of pi so that I don't have so many decimals to run off with. 12 square is 144, minus 6 square is 36. I don't know. 144 minus 36. So I'm left with 108 of a pi. Right? Then next, looking from the top down in, right, there is another version, the thing that is inside the curved surface area of the cone. The curved surface area of the cone. Curved surface area of cone is given by pi rl. So that means I need to find the slant height over here. How do I find this slant height? Let's continue. Go back here to find my slant height. Oh, my file hang. So I need to find this slant height. And from this, I can see this is my vertical height, which is 12. And this is the radius over here, which is 6. So in order to find my slant height over here, the L, I can use the Pythagoras theorem, right? I'm looking for the hypotenuse. So that will be 12 square plus 6 square root. I want it to be as accurate as possible. So probably I should just write it down. Square root 12 square plus 6 square. Oh, I think I still need to work with decimal place. All right, okay, yeah. 12 square plus 6 square gives me 180 square root 180. So the curved surface area is given by the formula pi r l, right? Pi, the radius was 6 cm, and the L is square root 180. No choice, this one I can't leave it in terms of pi already. So I should work out the decimal place. Pi times 6 times square root of 180. That gives me 252.893. Let me just calculate this as well. 108 times pi, 339.29. Okay, so now I got the top, the hole in the middle, and I need the one in the outermost area. So I need the outer one, right? I need the curved surface area on this side. So this is a hemisphere, so remember a half, and the curved surface area is given by the formula 4 pi r squared. This formula is given, okay, the 4 pi r squared is given, so go and check the formula page. Similarly as well, this one is also given, okay, in the formula sheet. So go and check the formula sheet. So the radius for the hemisphere is 12, so we have times 4 pi 12 squared. Since all are in decimal place, so I just calculate this. 904.778. So I will find the total surface area. I add up all the different individual components, right? When you cut things out, you have more surface area. So don't always minus, right? Certain parts is adding in. So your total surface area will be 339.29 plus everything together to give you the answer. Then round off to 360. I get my number 1496.961. Rounding it off 123. All right, round up 1500 cm squared. Have you gotten the answer? Now, next part. Now, the conical pumpkin, not the remaining volume of the pumpkin, the conical pumpkin. Oh my God. The conical pumpkin has radius 6 cm, a height of 12 cm. So let's check what is the volume for my cone. Volume of cone is 1/3, anything sharp, all got a fraction 1/3, right? Times pi r squared h. This formula is also given in your formula sheet, so please check. Pi 6 square and the height 12. Right? Okay, let me calculate the number. I really don't like pi. Let me write this in terms of pi, okay? 6 square times 12. Oh, so this is 144 pi. Okay, let me write in terms of pi. This is my volume, right? Then it's being smashed and placed into a cube, right? So you want to form into a cube. Right. So for the volume of the cube, the volume is 144. For the cube is 144 pi cm cube. To find the length of one side of the cube, because I need to place it on a circular plate, right? So I need to find the length of one side of the cube. How much is this, right? And then, if that's the case, I'll take cube root of 144 pi, which gives me, need to have 5 for working, cube root 144 times pi, and I get 7.6766. 56 feet in my working for cm. So now if I were to put this on my circular plate, looking at it from the top, right, the circular plate, the cube will be somewhere inside here, right? So I know this one is 7.676. Then this is also 7.6766. I need to be able to fit in and to find the radius, the diameter. So I find the smallest possible minimum, right? So smallest possible. So in this case, I need to find the diagonal, right? Which is also a 90 degree using Pythagoras theorem. And then I see what's the smallest possible to fit in, correct? So to find the diagonal, right, I use Pythagoras theorem, square root 7.6766 square. Okay, square root 7.6766 square plus 7.6766 square. Boom. Then I get 10.856 something. Fine, and then they say, so the diameter of the plate must be at least 10.853, then can fit in the cube, right? But the question say where y is an integer. So y cannot be smaller than that, so y have to be larger. So therefore, the diameter minimum y will be round up 11 cm. Have you gotten the answer? Okay, if that's the case, I shall move on to the next question. Okay, just now, I recorded the other question. Oh no, I was having the Zoom for the other question, but I forgot to record the first question. I'll try to find time to record for the first question. Okay, but let me go through this very standard question over here. I think all of you should know how to show converse of Pythagoras theorem already. So xr square is 147. This is not 147 itself, the xr square is 147. So xr is square root of 147. xt is 11 cm. They tell you that tr square is 268. So square tr will be square root of 268. Okay, but they want to show that it's 90 degrees, so we should use the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Which one will be the longest side? The tr square, right? So we'll start with tr square. They already give us that tr square is 268, so not bother to do anything. Then compare to the next two sides, xr square plus xt square. Xr square is 147. They already gave us the value. So use the 147 plus 11 square. So 147 plus 11 square, that will give you 268. Hey, the two numbers are the same. Then we write since by the converse of Pythagoras theorem, triangle TXR is a right triangle. Therefore, the angle over here will be the one opposite the hypotenuse. TXR is equals to 90 degree angle TXR. Sure. Next question, a point P is XR produced such that P is on the outside of triangle of XRT. XR produced. So XR produced, that means is XR produced is going from X go to R and then extend. XR produced, this is what it means, right? X to R and then extend it, XR produced. Okay, point P, there's another point P, right? I don't know where's this point, so point P, right? And then given that P to X is given, the whole thing here is 5.5 cm. Give me a minute, Let me think. Square root 147 is how much? How can it be px? Oh, so sorry. I draw in a different direction. Yeah, sorry. This one is Rx produce. Rx produce. So it should be the other way around. So Rx produce, R to X extended, Rx produced to a point P. And they say that Px is the number 5.5 cm, right? And of course, if it's produced, then this one will be 90 degree. Write down the exact value of x tangent x pt. So that means I need to draw a triangle over here and angle x pt. P is my angle over here, x pt. So TOA, tangent, right? So tangent, they want this exact value, right? So this one is a simplified fraction, TOA, 11 over 5.5. But 11 over 5.5 is not a, 5.5 is not integer, so please do not write 11 over 5.5, okay? As the answer, simplify 11 over 5.5, I get value 2. But how to get fraction? It's just 2 long. Okay. Next one, find the angle XRT. So XRT, oh, this is another angle. XRT over here. Am I looking at the correct one? Yes, XRT. So I have my opposite over my adjacent. O and A, tangent and angle, right? Inverse. So tangent inverse. O over A, square root 147. So leave everything to your calculator. Shift tangent, 11 over square root 147. And we get the number, let me close my bracket, 42.2163, rounding off, 42.2 degrees. Have you gotten the answer? Okay, next question. What do we have over here? And it said it's at point X. Okay, just now I draw already. By finding the area of triangle TXR, show that the shortest distance the insect must walk from X to TR. X to TR. Oh, let me go and find, okay? X to TR. Where's X to TR? Oh, TR. Oh, here. X to TR. So the insect X to TR. Right? So it's this one. So I find the area of triangle. So area of triangle, half time base times this height. Right? But at the same time, area of triangle can also be half time base times this height, which is the shortest distance that I want to find. So area of triangle half times 11 times square root 147, 265, 268. Half times area of the triangle is equals to half times 11 times square root 147. This area is also equals to the one in the red color pair, half times the base, that will be square root 268, times the h, which is my shorter distance. So this pair is the red color pair. The other one is what color pair? Green palette. Okay, 268, square root 268. And this pair will be the one that's the green color. Then on both sides, you notice half can cancel away, and I want to find h. So I just take 11 times square root 147 out of 268. Right? If not, you don't like all the square root sign, you can just work everything with decimal place. It still works as per normal. And in this case, we'll get h is equals to 8.1467. Estimate 8.15 cm shown. Since they didn't say H, so I will write this as shortest distance. Sure. Is this okay? All right. Now let's continue to the next question. Right, this insect walked at an average speed of 0.7 cm. Wait, is this 7 cm? Yeah, this 8.15 cm per minute using the answer from D. They want the answer from D, right? So it's 8.15 or 8.1467, both can. I will use the more accurate answer, 8.1467, okay? Find the fastest time it will take to walk, leaving your answer in minutes and seconds. Find the average speed. So average speed, distance divided by speed. Right, this is 0.77 per minute, per minute. So the distance divided by the speed. We'll get our answers in minutes. So 8.1467 divided by 0.7. And then if I press it in terms of that will give me 11 minutes 38 seconds. Right, you can press this button, like you get your answer, you press 8.1467 divided by 0.7 already, press equal, right? Then you're going to press this button over here and help you to convert it into minutes and seconds. If not, then you'll get your answer 11.638 something. This 11 is 11 minutes, but this one over here is 0.638 times 60 seconds. Right, so that will give you around approximately 38 seconds. Right, so either you can use your calculator wisely and save some time, or you can work out with using your calculation mentally. All right, okay, the next part of the question, I'm going to cut the video, right, so that it'll be shorter and easier for you all to focus. Okay, I'll continue the next part of my lesson in part 3 of my video. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.